ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking back hits.
And then the feet right there, you get the ninja toes. Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Walmart exclusive Marvel Legends Avengers Infinity War 2-pack of Loki and Corvus Glaive. I gotta give a big thanks to Xmanny87 and Justine for helping make this review possible and finding this in the wild for me. Check out Xmanny87's channel, link in the description below, and if you're trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so at
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
Oh man, I've been really wanting this 2-pack set, mostly for one of these two figures, and that's Loki right there. I'm so happy to have this Loki figure. I need another Loki. On the side, you can see Loki right over there. On the back, you can see both characters. There's a read-up over here. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. There's Corvus Glaive on that side, looking pretty awesome. Then we get a window sliver on the top. Not much more at the bottom, so let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's Loki and Corvus Glaive out of the packaging. And yeah, I was being sarcastic earlier. I am extremely excited for this Corvus Glaive figure. Man, this thing is so much more detailed out than I thought it was going to be. The Loki figure is cool. It's a repaint. Not a whole lot more going on with that figure. So we're going to take a closer look at Loki, and then we'll take a closer look at Corvus Glaive. So the only accessory that we get with Loki is this cosmic cube, which we've seen before. It looks pretty good aside from this line kind of just running down the bottom of it, you know, or this side of it, and yeah, so it meets a couple of sides, but you can get him balancing this on his hand. You know, it's kind of tricky to do. I was also able to get him to balance it on this hand, which is even harder, but yeah, you know, it's a fun accessory to have. I like it. So I'm not gonna lie, this head sculpt's left me moderately bewildered over here because I thought this was the same exact head sculpt as the Thor Ragnarok Loki figure, and they do look the same, right? But then there's just subtle differences, like in the way the mouth was sculpted. It seems like he has fuller lips on this one compared to this one right over here. There's something about the nose that looks a little different to me. I don't know, but they're more or less the same. And they both have the photoreal tech, so that looks pretty good. I think this one looks a little bit better, though. This one does look a little bit more like the dead Loki. And you can see the color scheme is a bit different, you know, but it's the same exact sculpt. I'm going to skip the articulation segment on this video for this figure, but, you know, I'll have a link somewhere or a card or something if you want to check out that Thor Ragnarok video. But you can see we get some nice gold paint right over here. Doesn't look too bad. I do like these darker greens. Again, we get this whole issue with the cape, you know, when you have that ported in, it wants to stick out away from the body of the figure, which is always a little bit weird. And you get these two little pegs, just to be thorough about that, you know, so there's little pegs right there. But yeah, you can see this nice gold trim right over here. Doesn't look too bad on the hands. I like that. Looking pretty good. You get some green. And then be careful with this piece right over here. That'll tend to shift up. You know, it looks a little better if you know, push that down. But yeah, on the boots right here, I like that gold trim right there as well. And then there's the back of the figure, and you can take the cape off, and there's the actual back of the figure. And here's the only accessory that we get with Corvus Glaive, his weapon, Stabby McStabberton, which actually got quite a bit of action throughout the movie. That kind of tripped me out. Yeah, this thing stabbed a whole heck of a lot of people a whole bunch of times. But anyway, I wish there was a little bit more silver on it right over here, and you get this kind of weird, you know, polka dot kind of thing going on with the gold paint, so it looks like it didn't finish. On this side it looks complete, so, but yeah, still I wish it was silver, as it looked more in the movie to be silver right over here. But the gold paint choice looks pretty good where it's fully applied. It's just, wow, it's missing over here too. So yeah, this whole side right over here is just a little sparse with the gold paint. That's irksome. Looking at the texturing right over here though, I do like that. And then here's the other side. Looks pretty good right over here. Again, it should have some more silver. And then on that side it doesn't, yeah, it's a little splotchy over here too. So yeah, kind of got a funky version right over here. Now he could of course hold this in his left hand very easily, but if you want him holding it in his right hand, it's a lot trickier. I tend to take advantage of these little loops right over here. So if you want to weave your fingers, or weave the Corvus Glaive fingers through those in one way or another, that will help him hold it in his right hand. So here's looking at the Corvus head sculpt, and I love it. Oh man, the detail on that face sculpt is so awesome. I love the teeth right over there. You have this little tiny squiggly sculpted right there underneath the mouth, with the little gold trim pieces, the red eyes. There's a slight little bit of wash, or is that dry brushing? I'm not exactly sure, but we get an extra gray detail over his skin tone, which I really like a lot. And look at the mouth right there, that looks really good. I have a feeling they used some of that photoreal tech on this head sculpt. It just looks outstanding, and the sculpt right over here looks great. I love the gold paint. All that fine line work with the gold on the sculpting looks great, man. Oh my god, that's very impressive. Look at that, the back of the head over there. Guess maybe there's a little bit of gold running off, but I don't know, it still looks okay to me. Or it's actually maybe part of the design because I'm seeing gold trim and gold applied, so that looks really good. And this is all on the back of the figure too. Holy crap. So much paint on the back of the figure, man. That is sick. Yeah, this whole cape thing looks great. Yeah, man, look at that. Or even down here. You know, great stuff. So I'm really digging this piece. Now this right here kind of hinders the articulation just a little bit. It bugs me some, but we'll get into that articulation more in a little bit. But it's made out of a fairly soft material. Same thing with this side right there. And then looking at the hard plastic parts, I mean, that looks really good too, man. Ah, jeez. I love all the detail, even in the hands right here. I'm getting a close-up shot right here of some of this detail. That looks really good. Wow, man, I'm just very impressed. Yeah. If you like tiny little details, man, this figure is going to make you happy. This is really cool. I'm digging that, man. The whole loincloth thing right there is all detailed out. I'm lifting this up. You can see some Corvus back right over there. And then there's a Corvus skirt. Man, the details, yeah. I'm just repeating myself over and over again, but I love it. Looks great. And then same thing right here with the legs. That looks really good too. One thing I did notice is that it feels like the knee is always going to kind of make the leg, or the bottom half of the leg, kind of point away. And I guess that's kind of, you know, part of his stature and everything that we see in the movie, so that doesn't bother me, but it is a little bit weird when you first come across that. And then we get some gorgeous Corvus Glaive toes too. I mean, they give you everything on this figure. I mean, look at that. That's just absolutely astounding. Look at those toes. That really is nasty though. What kind of toes are those, man? But nice details sculpted right there with all the lines still. And he does have the pegals at the bottom of the feet. So I'm able to get this figure into pretty much all the poses that I want to get him into, but you will pop off the head if you really try to get him looking up a lot, because yeah, that happened to me a few times, but I'm trying to do it slowly so this doesn't fly off the review station or anything. So I have him looking upward that far. I'm sure you can make it work so he'll look up more than that. You can get his head to look down quite a bit right there, and then you get side to side motion and no real head pivoting. Now I do get frustrated right here because we get, you know, all this ball joint on the shoulder and a bicep swivel in there, but everything gets hindered by this piece right over it. And you can move the arm forward that much and back that much. You can move this arm, of course, a lot more outward, and then it moves down, forward, and back that much. You get the bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows that bend in all the way, and then both wrists turn side to side and hinge up and down. You get a diaphragm joint right here that can turn side to side. Great pivot, and it crunches forward quite a bit and back a whole lot more, so you can see a bit of gap right there. Then we also get a waist swivel right here, and then we get hips that move outward very far, and then he'll kick forward that much and back, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, ankles move down, ankles move up, and he has beautiful ankle pivot. Now to measure out these two figures, you can see that Corvus Glaive is standing at about 7.5 inches tall, and then you can see that Loki standing a little over 6.5 inches tall. And for a Loki comparison, we have our Infinity War version next to the Thor Ragnarok version, and yeah, you can see the same body molds right there. I do like this a whole lot more without the gold going across the midsection right there. It just makes the hips look really wide. Then here's Loki compared to his brother Thor from the Infinity War 3-pack with Rocket and Groot, which I have on eBay. I did buy a second one of these because, yeah, the first one I had, I broke the right arm, so I had to buy a second set. Oh! And then to bring Corvus back in here and to compare him to a couple of Avengers that got to stab him in Infinity War, we have Black Widow, and I found the vest, and we have the Vision. Anyone else's Vision, it turned like completely silver on the head, you know, instead of like a greenish silver. Like, mine's just silver now. Then here's Corvus Glaive next to the rest of the Black Order. We have Ebony Maw, the Build-A-Figure Cull Obsidian, and Proxima Midnight. Now he is leaning forward a little bit. One unfortunate thing about the figure is that the cape kind of makes him stand a certain way, and it makes it harder for him to stand on his own feet, so he tends to lean forward a little bit. So if I try to straighten out the figure a little bit more, looks like that, you know what I mean? But otherwise, he always kind of leans forward just a little bit when I have him vanilla posed. Okay, so now I tweaked the legs a little bit, and he is standing more straight, so that looks pretty good to me. And I did bring in a Thanos figure. We have the armored Thanos Build-A-Figure with no ankle pivot. And then here we have the Black Order figures next to the first 10 years Thanos figure with ankle pivot. And then here's Loki and Corvus Glaive next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Classic Spider-Man. And no stop motion today. I'm sorry, you guys. Getting just a little bit of the YouTube video burnout, so I'm going to be taking a break from making videos just for a week long starting at the beginning of next week. So I am very, very happy with the Corvus Glaive figure. That's a pretty dynamic pose right there on the Mafex stand, right? And I'm still happy with the Loki figure too, you know? I think that's not a bad little strutting pose. So I do like the Loki figure. I do like the Corvus Glaive figure, but yeah, I kind of wish it came with a new character, you know? Like Wong or something. That would have been really cool, but I don't remember Corvus and Wong ever fighting each other. I just want a Wong figure pretty bad now, I guess. This is not a bad 2-pack set, but I am going to rate them differently. For the Loki figure, I'm giving it a sud rating of meh. And for Corvus Glaive, I'm giving him a sud rating of I love it! Because, man, I really like this figure a lot. It is pretty awesome. I may still like the Ebony Maw more. I don't know right now, though. But please let me know what you think in the comments section below, and hit that like button if you liked the video. Subscribe if you haven't already, as well as hit that notification bell. And big thanks to all these people over here that support this YouTube channel. If you're interested in supporting over on Patreon, check the link in the description below. If you want to see the latest in Marvel news, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com. And don't forget to follow me on the social media over on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and Stardust. Links to everything down below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
Hey, I'm ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
We're shot, your face is set, we're shot.